All right, so welcome back to the channel. FDRV had a nice run up today. Basically, I'm looking at the 3-month chart and it ran all the way up from $21 up to 24. And I'll show the cost basis later, but it's at 25.23. So that investment is finally starting to take effect, buying those lows. What I wanted to talk about was not just FDRV. I still have to add $2,000 more to get to a $10,000 cost basis. But I just wanted to bring up ONEQ and triple Q, which is the NASDAQ. And I think this is important because it just shows you where we're at. So this green line that you see right here is the 200 EMA, and this is a well-respected area that traders will be looking at. And right now the market has been recovering. It went all the way from 50, like I'm looking up here. It went, and I can bring it up here. It went all the way from like $51 all the way back up to 56, and it's been very bullish the last couple of days. But what I want you to focus on, let me see if I can draw on this. So this is a major resistance line, and rightfully so because the 200 EMA is right here. It stinks that it's the same color, but just bear with me. So this is the resistance line I just drew. This is the 200 EMA. So when it broke here around in between mid-January and it sold off from 56 all the way down to 51, it retested it right here, the 200 EMA, and it failed. It went from 56 all the way back down to like 50, it says 54.23. And now for the second time, it's trying to retest. So this is very important because if this week and the following week, if it can hold above this area around, around like 56.73, if it can hold 56.73 and up and be up 57, then you're going to start to see the bulls take over and the NASDAQ is going to keep going up. So, I sold my shares. I've just been day trading them. But it's something that I'm going to be watching. And if it can hold this level, I'm going to actually take positions in ONEQ because it's showing that it is actually breaking the trend. And it's going to go past it and hold it. But I personally think it's going to get rejected. So obviously monitor your share size. That 200 EMA at 56.73. And then you have your 20 EMA at 55.73 for a possible bounce tomorrow, and then on the 9 EMA at 55.26. So if it fails the 200 EMA, I think it's going to head back down with potential scalping, swing trades around 55.73, 55.26. But just don't forget the overall direction, and it did test this EMA. It failed once. Let's see what happens here because it's testing it tomorrow. It's already at it, so let's see where it goes tomorrow. But you're going to see if it holds this 57 area, it's going to have a lot of buyers, and you're going to see it continue to go up. And when you look at triple Q, it's the same exact chart. It's just triple leverage. So it's just the same exact thing is happening. It's at the 200 EMA for triple Q. It shows 66 because it's 3 times leverage. It's currently at 63. And when you switch over to ONEQ, which is the single version that you can hold long term, you can see that it's only like a point above, because it's 3 times the leverage. So it's definitely something to be looking into. I would definitely just be careful trading this. And if you're going to buy, I would definitely follow a stop loss unless it's going to be holding that level and trade above the 200 EMA. And I'm using the 3-month to show that. You could also bring up even the 6-month, which is the same thing. It's actually a clearer picture. Broke the 200 EMA here, sold down, back up to the 200 EMA, sold off. It is making higher highs and lower and higher lows, but let's just see where it goes here. And if you didn't get this dip and you don't have shares, that's okay. It's easier to trade when the trend's in your favor, so you just want to make sure that it's actually going to hold this level. If it holds this level, then it's going to be bullish and keep going. So it's definitely something to be looking into, because when you look at the history of ONEQ, when it trades above the 200 EMA, which is this green, look, when it trades above it, it's bullish. But then once it starts testing and fails, retest, fails, retest, breaks through, goes up even another 2 to 3 points, and then comes back down, and same thing. So we'll see where it's going to go, but I just want to bring that to attention because I think this is a good critical time to be thinking about potentially taking a position or not taking a position, because you want to make sure it can hold this level first before it's actually going to, before you take a position to go long. If you're going to short them, I think it's a good opportunity around 57. But you need to have a stop loss, obviously, because it can continue going. But I think it's worth mentioning because you look at the big guys and they are all starting to come back. And that's why my FDRV was coming up, because if you looked at Tesla is above the 200 EMA at 861, and now it's trading at 932, and it's trying to get past the 9 and the 20. And then I think Apple is up too as well. Let me just bring them up real quick. And when you have these big market makers, you need them to do well. That's what's going to ultimately bring up the market. Apple. Hold on, AMC just came up. Let me just switch them over. Yeah, so Apple's trading above the 200 EMA at 167, above the 20 and the 9 at 172, 171. And these highlights, what I'm looking at over here. RSIs are okay, or 59.60, so they're still elevated. And then if you also look at, I just want to bring up the last one because I think it's important to look at, because Amazon, once again, tried to get up here to 3,300. It went as high as, looking over here, it went as high as 32.76, and now it's starting to sell off again. As you can see, 32.76 down to 30.22. So it's holding right here at the 200 EMA. But when you bring out the 6 month, you just get a better picture. You can see where it really is. So it's failing here at the 200 EMA at 3,300. So it's like the first retest, so we'll see. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on.